Hi. Well, this is day 3, and everything is dry, everything's solid. I don't feel anything that's movable. Everything looks good. So I'm going to do a little bit of distressing on the frame before I go any further. And because I don't want it to look, I want it to look distressed. I don't, I want it to look like it's been around a while. So it just might be way too soft. Let's see. I do want to get down to the wood so that it's, just kind of like this piece right here is actually some, yeah, that didn't work out too well. I was hoping that would work, but just do a little bit here and there. Okay, it's not very good here. These are just cheap. I was expecting a little better from them, but it's okay. Well, I'm not going to concern myself with it. I can just add some modeling paste to it. It'll look distressed enough. You gotta know when to give it a break. Okay, so everything here is solid. There's absolutely nothing loose. Everything is good. So now I am going to gesso everything except for the head. I'm going to do in the hands. I'm not sure that I want to do them black. Well, that'll get into the grooves, which is something I do want. Well, let's just go ahead and put on some black. I could do brown. That would be okay, but I think I'm just going to do black. I could do white. I mean, I could do everything white, but then it's just going to be harder to grunge it. So here I am with my trusty black gesso from U.S. Art Supply. It's very economical. That's why I buy it. Unfortunately, it is made in China, but isn't everything, so I'd really like to just buy American-made. But it's pretty hard. I hope after this virus thing is over, I really do hope that companies will bring back manufacturing for us. So with all of this, I am probably, especially this is going to be a little bit more difficult. Some things I'll tap like this, some things I'll do lines, I suppose. Let's just see what it looks like, and then we just keep working on it. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as I can. So I'm just anxious to finish it because it's a really cool project, and I really want to get it completed. I have a couple other projects I want to start, and my goal, I think, will be to use up all my supplies as much as I can so that I can help the economy by buying more. And hopefully by doing that, it'll help me as well. So, let's see. And one of the nice things about doing it in black, I can bring up color. Um, I can add, browns and rusts and whatever up, bring it up on top of it. And I think it'll work out really nice. That's my plan. And any of the shiny pieces I will wipe off, just so that there's gesso in the grooves and whatnot. Now, when you're doing all this pouncing, make sure you're using a crappy brush. Don't use anything new. It's not going to be good. Because it can really destroy your brushes doing this. And your sleeve. Yeah, see, that's going to be too. I want a little bit of that hand showing. So I will get a little piece of, I have a small piece in here. Here we go. See, I've got like a quarter of a sheet of, yes, a quarter of a sheet of the bamboo. Yeah, that looks pretty good. We just want it to be in the grooves. We don't want to actually color the hand or the face. I think the face I'm going to do the same. So it's kind of a steampunk grunge. I mean, some steampunks are beautiful. I mean, they've just, they go all out with design and everything. But I kind of like this look. It's a multi-purpose. You can just use it all the time, or you can use it at Halloween. It's whatever you have going. So I am, like I said, going to leave certain parts of it. And I may end up changing my mind, but certain parts of it I want to see the actual piece. Especially the cuckoo clock part. But it will definitely look good crunched up. Alright, so I just want, yeah, see, because you can still see it, but it's definitely darker than it was. There's a little piece of eggshell that didn't get glued, but that's okay. I mean, you have to expect that. I do like those grungy hands. So let's get some more in here. And I am going to do the inside of the frame. I want all of this covered. I don't want it showing. So, and if some of this is, the cardboard is showing, that's okay. It does not have to be completely covered in there. I want the frame to be completely dark. And I'll have to turn it around and everything. Yeah, my jar had turned over, so it's kind of covered in, the lid's covered in gesso. But it'll be okay. Get that out and use it, and it'll be just fine. Get some of that in there. But it doesn't take as long to cover everything since I did the browns. And some of that dried a little bit, which is to my advantage because now it looks really like a greasy gear. Okay. Get some. See, now that was pretty shiny, and it was all one color. Now I've just kind of wiped some of it off, and it looks good. Looks real good. And you won't be able to tell the difference between the metal gears and the plastic gears either, you know, because they all kind of blend in. Okay, I think it's time for me to turn it around so that I can see what I've missed. And okay. It has, the inside has kind of a shiny grayish color inside the frame. I don't know why, but that's what it has. So it is a good thing to just get in there and do the edge of the frame. And it pretty much got all that off of there. Let's Okay. What did I miss? Edges here. Well, I hope everybody that is well and staying safe, staying in. And I want to thank all of the people that do have to work in order to help us with getting our groceries, or, with truck drivers and whatever. Please be kind to these people. I mean, they have to be away from their families. And it's a scary time, so please be kind. And let's just help each other. Okay, let me see. Now I need to wipe off a few things. You know, there's little bits and pieces that won't have anything on them because it's too hard to get in there, but that's okay. Get a little bit of that off. Get that back off. Alright, so here we go. Let's get him grunged up a little bit. When I did the glued this, I only glued the middle. I left this loose. Don't know why, just did. And I put a little bit of the yarn to hide the where it went together. Okay, that little piece wants to come up, so I need to glue it. Just use some of this because this is acetone-based glue, so that won't come up. Alright, let's see what else I need to rub off. Okay. Maybe a little bit of the key. Okay, this is looking pretty good. Get a little bit of that off of there. And like I said, you can see that this paper gear with the foil on it, now that it's covered, you can't even tell that it isn't a real gear. So okay, this is looking pretty good. At one point I was going to cover this with tape and do it, but I decided to leave it loose. I'm not sure why, that's just the idea I had. So okay, I think that looks better. Okay, I'm trying to decide. Okay, a little bit more of that, a little bit more of this. I'm good with that. Good with that, good with that. Okay, this is the only thing that didn't get enough. I will do that right now. And that's just to keep everything, you know, the same. Because if it's hanging on the wall, you don't want to be seeing this, you know. Some of it's still wood color. There we go. Don't want that wood color in there. looks pretty good. And then this will have to dry so that using other products on here won't deteriorate the surface that's already been covered. Just common sense. I have just went ahead and done it, and it worked out okay, but I really want this one to work out better than okay. Okay, I think I don't know if I want to, I think I will just do a little bit on here. Just a bit. And I'm going to, if you can see this, I need to do it up close, so instead of me leaning over, I will just go ahead and paint it. And then I can wipe it off. Yeah, I may have to have a wipe. I was trying to avoid using them. Miss Muddy Face. I think she might have been making mud pies, or he. I'm not really sure what it is, if it's a boy or a girl. I guess it doesn't matter. Just don't want to get it on those eyes. On the eyelids, yes, but not in the eyes. So. Okay. All right. Where did my wipes go? Okay. I really didn't want to use wipes. I'm not going to buy any until this thing is over, because I don't want anybody that has a baby not being able to use them or find them for their kids. So I figured just about everything I could use the bamboo for, or, you know, rags. But in this case, I just really did need them. So I'm gonna, when I'm done, when I'm letting this dry, I'm gonna be making some rags just for, I have several sheets that I can't use that have, they tore at the corners, and so they've shredded after being washed, unfortunately. So I decided, instead of trying to repair them, which, since we have a thick mattress, it probably wouldn't do me any good anyway. There we go, look at that. Yeah, that looks pretty good, actually. So, yeah, so I decided that it was better just to go back to the old days, you know, use cut up rags and things like that to wash out, throw away if they get too bad, you know. See, now, like sheets, if they're not cotton, they won't be as good as absorbing, but for something like this, it would be fine. It's just to clean up, you know, to clean up the excess stuff. It would probably be fine, or whatever. I don't really know. I'm going to do it and see how it turns out. I've got some old t-shirts that I don't wear. I'm going to do the same thing with them, and then that way they don't go to the landfill. I'm not sending them to the thrift store because they're closed. And you know, this way I have there we go. What's nice about these is these are not alcohol wipes. So I'm kind of liking the way that looks. All right, get a little bit of take a little bit more of the gesso off. Just wanted to make sure that was nice and tight since it was moving. I want that bird to show up a little bit more. I'm sorry I have to have it so close. There. I mean, that shows it's made in Germany. So it's authentic. I think this should have been brown, but but I can go back over it with a brown. Alright, here we go. It just needs to look dirty. There. I think that looks pretty good, actually. I'm quite happy with it. So this will have to dry, and then when I get to a point where I can be back, then I'll do the next part, and hopefully that'll be the end of it. I mean, this is basically, anytime I do this, it's an experiment. I mean, we never know how it's going to turn out. We can do it the same way 3 or 4 times, and it may not always come out the same way. So that's what I like about it. So if you ever want to do mixed media, this is the way to start. Just put stuff together and experiment with it. See how it comes out. This one I think is going to be really cool. I really do. So this I'll just add some stuff to the outside. Either that or get a heavy file from the garage and do it. But I just don't want to get any of the dust inside. So once you get this part on, you don't want to mess it up. So anyway, that's going to be it for at least a couple of hours until it has a chance to really dry. I could use the heat tool, but since this is foam core, I don't really recommend it. It could melt, and I think it would be better just to leave it be. That's my recommendation. So I will be back in part 4. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.